Hi everyone, Ken here, your thrifty apprentice, and today we have another thrifty and easy card creation. So, 80% of everything that you're going to need is 2 pieces of paper. Keeping in trend with our theme of making bulk cards so that we can send out to our loved ones in this particular time and matter of the world. We're going to keep it really simple and streamlined. I think you guys are going to like this one. It's so easy. Anyone can do it. Veteran card makers, newbies, it doesn't even matter. So you're going to need cardstock, whatever color you want, whatever weight you want it to be. I do believe this is like maybe 60 or 70 pound cardstock from like Michael's or something. And you can have it in whatever color you want. And you're gonna need pattern paper, whether it's pattern paper that you bought or pattern paper that you made. So basically I'm using up supplies that I have around my art room without having to go buy anything else. So that's basically what's going on. So first you're gonna take your cardstock and you're going to cut it in half. And once you cut it in half, you're going to fold that half in half, and it is going to give you a standard A2 card. Bam, there we go. I've done mine in tan paper, tone, khaki, sort of a khaki paper. All right, and then you're going to need pattern paper. This pattern paper is 12 by 12. This is just some pattern paper I had. I had no idea what I was going to do with it. So I said, okay, let's make cards with it. So you just remove any piece of pattern paper that you want or that you made. Does not matter. I'm going to set that to the side. And let me show you what you're going to do with it. So grab you a piece of regular typing paper or printer paper, right? Right. And after you fold your card, you're going to measure the card from diagonal line to diagonal line. So you're going to measure it diagonally going this way. I've already pre-measured this one. I can tell you that it's 7 inches from corner to corner. You will measure yours. Once you get that measurement, you add an inch. So if mine is 7 inches, adding an inch will make it 8 inch. So I took a template, just here, of typing paper, and I made it 8 by 8. There you have it. I took that, I laid it against my pattern paper, and I cut out that 8 by 8 square. Now, here's another little tip that you could do. If you happen to have an extra A2 card envelope laying around, you can remove the glue or unseal it, and a little steam may help. I didn't really use steam, but when you do, you have a template. That template lets you or allows you to make a envelope from a piece of pattern paper. And you can actually keep this template and use it over and over and over and over and over and over again. So, and then it's something that you probably already had and bought, and now you're able to turn pattern paper into some more useful things. So either way, you can use. So if you're using this one, basically what you're going to do after you cut out the pattern paper in your 8 by 8 square or whatever size you have, you're going to take the card, you're going to turn this square diagonally or in a diamond shape, and you're going to lay the card in the middle. Once you get it centered, you're simply going to fold the sides around the cards. I always do the sides first to make sure that they meet. Then I fold up from the bottom, and then down from the top. And you have an envelope for your card. Okay, now we're going to take that out, pull it open, and then when you fold it, you're going to see that there's these little triangles in the corner. Now, I personally cut those triangles. It just helps to make it easier to put the envelope together. So once you're done, you're going to close in the sides. You're going to put some adhesive going down the sides here on the inside, and then you're going to fold up your bottom flap. If you so choose, you can cut off the tip of the envelope there just to make it look like one that actually came out the store. And there you'll have an envelope that you can use for your card. I've already done mine, and this is what it looks like. So you're getting to see the pattern paper that I chose. So I did the exact same method that I just showed you. I snipped off the tail of my bottom piece, and now I have a sleeve for my card here. Mine's a little snug. There we go. And I'll just put an address label on the front here when I get ready to mail it off, and I'll put another one there. Yeah, bam, easy. Or I'll actually make an address label out of some white paper. You don't know. It's so easy. Right, so now let's get to the card. Once you make the envelope, once you cut out that 8x8 square, especially if you're working with 12x12 paper, you're going to have pattern paper left over. So guess what? One of those strips so happened to be wide enough to cover the backing or be the matting for our card. I'm just going to trim it off to make it long enough for the card because I was already wide enough. Bam, there you have it. Only other thing we're going to need is going to be a crafting tag, which if you don't have it, you can pull up a crafting tag clip art on your computer and print it out and then trace it onto a piece of crafting paper or crafting card stock or what have you. You can create these very easily. You do not have to go out and buy any. I just happen to have some pre-made ones that I picked up a while ago from like Dollar General for $1. They were really cheap. And we are going to need a stamping pad and flower stamps with a sentiment. Very humble supplies. Use any flower stamps you have. If you don't have stamps, you can hand draw. It's fine. You do not have to worry about having stamps. So let's put this card together really quickly because I don't want this video to be long. What you do, you already have your envelope made at this point. This one out the way. We are going to actually stamp our flowers onto our tag here. So I'm just going to use my biggest one first. And when I'm stamping, I have learned to always go with the biggest one first, or the biggest ones first. And I'm actually going to put 2 of these at full strength. And then I have these other 2 here that I'm going to put at full strength. And if you're using peg stamps, be careful because if you press too hard in the pad, it'll get the rim. The rim will get ink on it, and it will transfer. You can see I got a little bit there, but I'm just going to be careful moving forward. I learned from Lindsay that a good tip is that you can take scissors and kind of cut that away if you use peg stamps. I mean, this if you're into stamping. If you're not really into stamping, then it's not something to worry about. Like I said, you can just hand draw this, or you can use a stencil or what have you. Now that I have those at full strength, I'm going to use the ink that's left on my stamps to make ghost stamps here. And I'm not going to use the big one again. I'm just going to use the smaller ones. So since I have that one there, I'm going to come here and I'll do a stamp. And I'll come here and do a stamp. Might have to use just a little ink here and there. But basically, you just want to make sure that these are lighter in value than the main ones were. And I stamped it too much. So I'm just gonna, I just want to get that one more in there. And I'm going to show you a couple of other ones that I made. So here's some ones I made before, and the ink has already had time to dry. Because I'm making these in bulk. All right. So I'm just going to grab one of these, and I'm going to use one that has already dried instead of that one that I just did this with. Done with those. Only other time I need the ink pad is going to be to stamp my sentiment, and I'm using one of the same sentiments you guys have seen me use so many times before. The thinking of you, because I do want the people that I'm sending these to know that I'm thinking of them. All right, so let's get this put together. I'm going to grab my smaller ink pad, and I'm actually going to ink up the outer edge of my pattern paper here just to give it a little bit more pizzazz. Oh, and I put a little ink on there. That's fine. Kind of like that. Something to think about in the future. All right, and now we're going to give that time to dry because it is a little wet. Set that to the side, and in the meantime, I'm going to grab my tape runner here, and I just refilled it and put some more tape in it, so it should be working good and nice. Now, I was originally going to put had the idea, and you guys can do it if you have it. If you have like some of that burlap yarn or some crafting yarn that goes along with this thing, by all means, wrap some of it around your card. I would love to do that, but I don't have any. And I thought I did, so, oh well. And I'm just going to line it up the best I can. Hopefully this in frame. And y'all can see that. I can't really see it. I'm trying to keep it in frame and not... All right. Here we go. Make sure I put that on right, because I have put it on where it opens. Boy. Yeah, don't tell nobody. So I'm just going to unfold this little pre-made envelope I did, and I'm going to use that to make sure it's pressed down, because I don't want to smudge any ink, which I'm sure I have on my hands because I am messy like that. See? Yeah, something's got to go wrong. All right, now we're going to stamp the sentiment on, but before we do, let's just position our tag. Now, my idea was to just, because of the corner, just position it in the corner of the card along the bottom here. All right, yeah, that's gonna work. And we are just gonna put some adhesive on the back of this. Make sure I put enough on her for it to stick down well. And I've got to line it up perfectly before we let it fall. I think that should do it. All right. And then we are going to ink up our sentiment. We're almost done. Like, seriously. Ink up our sentiment. Make sure we get a good inking there because we want a good impression. And I really should be stamping on something. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, guys, I am back. I needed to grab something to sit this card on a stamp. All right, so we are just going to give that a good stamp down about there. And we're going to hope it's straight. Remember, leave it there. Give your ink time to transfer. Going to make sure we get a good impression. And there we go. Now, embellishment time. Keeping it simple. I'm using some leftover pearls I have. I've had these for months and months. I'm going to pop one of these off. We're going to go ahead and grab some glue here. And of course, I have stuff everywhere as usual when I'm making a card. I don't understand. I can be clean any other time except for when I'm making a card. It's always stuff everywhere, even when I plan it out. We're going to put a little dollop of glue on there, and then I'm going to drop that pearl directly over the hole in that crafting tag. Now, if you made yours, you might not have a hole, but just imagine that there's one there and just kind of put whatever embellishment you're using. And there you have it. Simple, straightforward, easy. You can make them in bulk and you can get them off quickly. You can just sit in front of the TV, seriously, with your supplies because you need so very few of them. and make these, and before you know it, you'll have plenty of thinking of you cards to mail off to your friends and loved ones to let them know that no matter what's going on, they are still on your mind. All right, guys, if you like what you saw in this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe so that you can keep up with what's going on in the video. In the video, haha. What's on? Keep up with what's going on the channel. Don't forget to use the comment section. I would love to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think of this idea. Are you going to use it? Is it something that you like? And don't forget to share the video. Sharing is caring, and it helps us grow and people discover us here. And as I tell you at the end of every video, just keep painting.